Okay, let's talk about something I think a lot of us have seen. You know someone who is just undeniably brilliant, right? But for some reason, they just can't seem to finish what they start. Well, today we're diving headfirst into this really fascinating and, let's be honest, kind of frustrating contradiction, the intelligence paradox.
So, have you ever noticed this pattern? Maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a coworker, maybe it's even you. They have these incredible ideas that can grasp super complex topics in a heartbeat, and they just see the world with this amazing clarity. But they just can't seem to stick with anything. A new project, a new habit, you name it.
And it always starts out so strong. I mean, they create the most beautiful, intricate, and theoretically flawless plans you have ever seen. Seriously, every detail is mapped out.
And they think about everything, every angle, every possibility, every single potential pitfall. You can almost see the wheels turning as their mind just analyzes and optimizes every little piece of the puzzle.
And yet, after all of that brilliant, amazing preparation, nothing. The project stalls out, the new habit just kind of fades away, the perfect plan ends up just collecting dust on a shelf. So what on earth is going on here?
Well, this is what we're calling the intelligence paradox. We're going to break down exactly why having a powerful mind can sometimes be its own worst enemy when it comes to actually getting things done. And, more importantly, what you can do about it.
Now, to really get to the solution, we've got to diagnose the problem first, right? So we're going to look at what I like to call the curses of genius. But let's be really clear here. These aren't character flaws. Not at all. They're just the hidden, unexpected byproducts of having a really, really smart mind.
You see, at the very heart of this whole paradox is this fundamental conflict. Think about it. Intelligence is all about being expansive. It's about analyzing, seeing a million different possibilities. It's about thinking. But consistency is the total opposite. It's reductive. It demands repetition, sharp focus, and just doing. These two forces are literally pulling in opposite directions.
And that tension leads us right to our first curse. A smart mind is constantly asking, okay, what's the absolute best, most optimal way to do this? But that endless search for the perfect strategy, it often stops any strategy from ever getting started. Instead of doing the thing, you just keep researching and planning, and, well, that's where analysis becomes paralysis.
And then there's this one, the curse of too many ideas. A creative, intelligent mind is basically an idea factory, just churning out exciting new possibilities 24/7. But here's the catch. Consistency requires ruthless focus. When you're trying to chase every shiny new object that pops into your head, you end up making zero progress on any of them. The problem isn't a lack of ability, it's a lack of a single, narrowed-down direction.
Oh, and this next one is a huge trap in the modern world. We'll call it motivation addiction. You know what I'm talking about. Smart people love to learn, so we listen to podcasts, we read books, we watch videos, and it feels incredibly productive. It gives us this little hit of dopamine. But here's the hard truth. Consuming knowledge is not the same as creating results. You can't just think your way to a six-pack or a successful business. You actually have to act your way there.
And all of this leads to the final, and maybe biggest curse, the fear of wasted potential. It's that paralyzing fear of choosing just one path, because choosing one means saying no to all the others. The little voice in your head says, but what if I commit to this and I was actually meant for something else? What if I'm wasting my talent on the wrong thing? And that fear keeps you from committing to anything at all.
So, okay, we've laid out all the problems. It might sound a little bleak, but it's not, because now we get to the solution. This isn't about trying to be less smart. It's about learning how to channel all that intelligence effectively. We just need a simple framework to turn all that thinking into action.
And here it is, a simple four-step path. First, reduce your options. You have to fight that curse of too many ideas. Pick one goal, just one, and give it 90 days. Second, act first. Get out of your head. Remember, imperfect action is always, always better than perfect planning that never happens. Just get moving. Third, you have to change what you measure. Stop giving yourself credit for what you start. Only track what you complete. That's the only metric that actually builds real momentum. And finally, number 4, learn to embrace the boring. Yep, repetition is not sexy, it's not glamorous, but it is the absolute engine of success. You have to make it your superpower.
And that brings us to maybe the most important takeaway from this whole thing. The breakthrough you've been looking for, it's not going to come from getting smarter. You're already smart enough. The breakthrough comes from the simple, powerful act of making a decision and then committing to it.
And if there's one thing I want you to walk away with, it's this. Your intelligence, that's a gift. It allows you to see the world in ways others can't. But consistency? That's a choice. It is a skill you can build, a muscle you can train, and you can start today. Just remember, ideas don't change your life. Daily action does.
So if you're one of those brilliant people who feels inconsistent, just remember this: your breakthrough is literally one single habit away. So the only question left to ask is, what will you commit to?